Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too.
Can hear everyone. Hello, test. I think we're good. Andrea, you want to say something in the mic?
Testicles 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you don't have to move yourself over there. And your sister?
Hello?
Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, this is our number 40 podcast, and Eric's not here because he doesn't have internet. He's moving, so
I thought maybe it's because he didn't pay his bill.
It's not because he didn't pay his bill.
That's what I was thinking.
So we have some. Have some guests.
There's like no comment.
We have guests. We have Maria Guadalupe, sister number 4. 4. Sister number 4.
Sister number
4. Because I'm 3.
And I'm 2.
And this is sister number 2 on the number 2 podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea Maria.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, your sister 4.
Phoebe,
Andrea, me.
I'm child number 4, but I'm sister number
4.
There's only
4 sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was tough. Sorry about that.
Right.
So shout out to Cuz because he's moving, and also for our background noise because Lupe just put down a glass of wine on the glass.
Cheers. Sorry.
So Eric's really gonna hate us for that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Drinking on the job.
No, we're not drinking on the job. Also, it was Eric's birthday. Happy birthday, cuz.
Happy birthday. Cuz. Welcome to my world.
Number
Eric.
40.
Big 40.
What'd you call him?
I was going to say happy birthday,
Oh.
Eric.
40 years old. He was born on 4/20, which, if y'all have listened to the show before, y'all know that Aunt Becky is known for certain
freehand rolling.
For her freehand rolling. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And so I think she fixed this up to like make him be born on that day.
Mm-hmm.
4/20.
I don't know. Because then that means Eric would probably smoke weed if he was a weed baby.
I don't know. He's not here to defend himself or to claim that.
Or defend himself, yeah.
So, here, I'll put that there so you can put that on.
You too.
So, happy 40th birthday to Cuz, and it just also happens to be the 40th show.
Aw.
I know, it's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
Felicidades.
Eric's probably going to hate us because we're probably messing up. I hope we're recording.
How can you tell?
It says live and stop, so
Okay.
I think we're doing good.
Okay. So
So
happy 40th podcast. Happy 40th birthday. Happy 420.
Yeah. There you go. You summed it up.
All in one.
Speaking of happy and birthdays, Mother's birthday was last week. Y'all remember, right?
Yes.
How can I forget?
I told Eric that we were going to talk about a couple of birthday things, and we're on Mexican time, so everything is like 2 hours behind schedule.
Right.
So thank goodness Saltgrass was able to accommodate our reservations for 35 people.
Mm-hmm.
But you were a little late, right?
I was late.
Why were you late?
I honestly do not remember why I was late, but I remember leaving the house. Oh, no. I do remember why. I was late because I thought everybody else was going to be late, and I'm always the first one everywhere. And so I didn't want to be stuck waiting, holding tables at Saltgrass. So I purposely made plans to be there at like 7:30, 7:45.
So you passed on that job to me.
Exactly.
Because I was holding tables, and the waiter and the manager kept asking how many more people are showing up? How many more people showing up?
Everyone-
And finally, I was like, well, the birthday girl isn't even here.
So wait a minute. What time did you get there?
I was there early at 7:01. I stayed in my car
Oh, okay.
until I seen a little crowd, you know.
Yeah.
She knew too. Y'all do that on purpose.
I figured, you know,
Well, I had
I'll
to
hang out in
stop.
the car.
I had to stop and get a card, which I ended up getting the same card as Phoebe,
That was
which
funny.
I usually go all out on birthday cards, but the closest place was a Dollar General.
Oh.
So Phoebe is not the big spender I thought she was.
Well, it's not about the card. It's about what's inside the card that counts. Okay.
That is true.
No, it's
So
what,
basically, I gave my mom $101 for her birthday.
And 7 cents.
7 cents. No, and then I
Y'all
bought the
stop.
plates too.
$2.14.
y'all
No,
stop.
I
One
got
or
her Finding
2.14.
Finding Nemo plates because they were 89 cents.
Oh, that's cute.
And why did you pick
down.
Nemo?
Because they were the only plates, cake plates that were on sale.
Oh.
So anyway, Eric's gonna hate me because I'm like switching back and forth on mics.
Well,
So
Eric
nobody
should
showed
be
up
here.
on time. No one shows up on time, and the waiter and waitress, the restaurant manager. Oh wait, I forgot y'all. There is background noise because there's no way that all three of us can be in one room together and be out there keeping an eye on the kids. So,
I only have one kid out there, by the way,
and she's 3.
and I have not heard her yet.
Anyway. So, yeah, nobody showed up on time. I think at the end of the night, after everybody had their drinks and good laughs, it turned out to be good.
I actually didn't have anywhere to sit because as soon as I got there, I was put at the end of the table with all the kids, which I didn't have a problem with. My son was one of them. And then they all move and leave me and go sit at a completely separate section. But then they invited me over. So it turned out really good.
It was fun. And everybody showed up. Everybody got to take pictures. I think Ma enjoyed herself. So, let me ask y'all this. Has y'all's husbands ever ordered for y'all when y'all go to a restaurant?
Never.
Do you normally order for Cleo?
He'll tell me what he wants.
And then when the waiter comes up?
Then I'll order it.
Okay, what about you with Olive?
He only orders my tea.
Wait, what?
He will only order my drink, my unsweet tea.
Why? I mean, what if you want something different that
Because
day?
I'm a different guy. Someday I may want grilled fish. Someday I may feel like steak.
No, I'm saying,
So
I'm
he
saying-
doesn't know really.
but you
what-
always want unsweet tea when you go out?
after I had my alcohol beverage, but he wasn't with me that day. So
Well, the reason I bring it up is usually because of Luis's accent. He'll try to tell the waiter what he wants, but a lot of times I'm the one that ends up telling him.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny because Chalo and Stacy were sitting kind of close to us, and so
Which didn't really make sense why there was an extra chair there because she was sitting on his lap, right?
basically,
Okay.
well, you're lucky it was his lap and
Well, we don't know. Which, never mind.
So the waiter comes up and he's taking their order. And I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention, but I noticed that Chalo was like telling him what he wanted. And then the waiter goes to Stacy, and Stacy tells Chalo what she wants, and the waiter's like right in front of her. And she's not looking at him. She's telling her order
To Chalo.
to Chalo. The waiter can hear her, and then Chalo tells the waiter what she wants. And then the waiter would ask a question and be like, okay, do you want that whatever? And Chalo looks at Stacy and asks her, and then
So basically, Chalo was communicating to the waiter what
Yeah,
Stacy wanted.
yeah. And I like to say that that's probably because she had a drink already. And she has
she gets
yeah.
really...
yeah,
She
she,
has a
was
very
blushed
low-
and she was getting.
She has a very
cold,
low tolerance.
very low tolerance, and she had already drunken half of that pina colada. To finally, when they went and took our food order, I had already finished mine. So, yeah.
Well, that's because you're a vet.
Yeah.
Well, and then the other thing was they finally bring out their food and hers is wrong.
So she
And-
blamed Chalo.
No, she didn't blame Chalo. he didn't eat his food until she got her
Oh, yeah,
food.
he
And he asked to send his food back. I
To
thought that
keep
was
it
so
warm.
sweet.
That was nice of
Because
him.
I was like,
Very gentleman.
See, no, that would have never happened.
No, that would never happen with me. He would
Girl.
have been like, well, I can't.
Cleo would have been like, oh, well, too bad, so sad.
Mine too.
you
Pass
want
the
some
salt.
of mine?
Yeah, mine too. I mean,
You want a
would have been like,
piece?
well, you took too long.
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
have ate it. Yeah, there's no.
So
That's usually how it goes. When we go to a restaurant, which since we've been on the keto diet, we usually go to a buffet so that we can eat as much meat as we want.
by the way, I think buffets are disgusting.
They are. But that's on keto, that's the only way you can get your money's worth because you can't go
Unless
and
it's
order.
a casino buffet she'll go to.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Anyways, so when we go to a buffet, I have to serve Selah. And by this time, Cleo's already serving his plate. I have to serve Selah, then set her down, get her eating. He's already eating. Then I go serve my plate. And then I go get her more of whatever she wants. And by the time I sit down to eat my plate,
He's ready to go.
she wants dessert. So I go get her dessert. And then by the time I get back, he's like, what are you taking so long? Oh my God, you eat so slow. And I'm like on my second bite. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that would have never happened.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened with me.
Well, that was
either.
a sweet gesture. of
Yeah.
him. Very.
Well, you know
gentleman-
what?
Very gentleman.
Cuz is very gentleman-like. I used to think chivalry, I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
I used to think it was dead, but I think he's keeping it going. I mean, he might be hanging on by a thread, but you know, he said he pumps the gas when they go out to get gas together. If I'm not mistaken,
not
he still
always
opens
pumping.
doors.
Yeah, I don't think Luis has ever opened a door for me.
Cleo, I think, did one or two
I have
times.
to remind mine sometime. I'll just stop and go.
But when we go to get gas, I'm always driving.
Yeah, me too. I'm always driving too.
And if I want shit done right, I gotta do it.
I guess so. With that
Hey,
attitude,
honey,
yeah.
wait here. I'm gonna go pump the gas.
No,
there's
I'm gonna
times that I
check
will tell my
the
husband,
fluids
he'll do it.
and the wipers. Lift up the hood.
The oil.
Pop the hood. Let me take a look underneath here.
Pretty much, you know.
Oh, we have
Wow.
such gentlemen. Anyway, I
Yeah.
thought it was funny. I thought it was, I guess, kind of cute that Stacy was ordering through Charlo and the waiter was right there. I thought that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that he waited to eat with her, and then by the end of the night, once all their food came back, they asked for to-go boxes. I don't think they even ate it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, that was funny. Hey, I want to show y'all this thing. I got this because I'm getting old,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought this oil of Africa, and it's supposed to help your skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do y'all
Like-
buy weird stuff like that?
I buy a little,
I mean,
little
I
oils
try to, but I'll buy it and I
vitamins.
use it once or twice, and then I never use it again. And it's probably sitting in my car somewhere.
Do y'all remember like people that from our childhood that would have certain smells? Like
and mothballs.
Is this normal?
it's organic, but it reminds me like, you know, I know y'all remember like people would say, "Oh, so and so is into like voodoo and stuff."
Oh yeah, I
Oh, like
remember that.
sage.
Sage,
Yeah.
mothballs.
I don't know about mothballs. I don't think that's any
But
voodoo
that
relation.
smell, that oil reminds me of like someone when we
From
were
the
young.
grandma's
No,
house?
you know what it reminds me of? Is that green alcohol that people used to like put, is it marijuana in it?
Yeah.
To solva?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
to
I'm
rub.
just
Yeah, I have some
smoking.
at the house.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does it have weed in it?
Yes.
You should dry it out.
You should dry it out and bring it over.
Gosh, right?
Could you imagine rolling?
Oh, that does. It smells like sage. You need to burn this in your house and get this evil
Get
spirits
the,
out
get
of
the
here.
evils. Who
I
would
wonder
think
why that-
it's? But the thing is, like, I went. I put it on. I put it on one night. It's for your face. It's for your
What
body.
does your husband think when you lay down next to
Well,
him?
that's what I
Did she
thought.
go
I
to
was
the
like, I'm
witch
gonna
doctor or
no.
what?
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna oil up. I want to be smooth.
My free drops.
I hope it's not like
And
bad for sensitive skin.
no, it says
That
it's
was
like
strong.
completely organic.
Yeah,
But this little
No.
thing, honestly, y'all, I'm very. I don't like spending a lot of money, but I paid $10 for it. For some reason, I felt like
That's
it
a
was
lot
real.
for
Let me
you.
guess. Did you get it from Marshall's?
Yeah.
10% off.
No.
What?
I didn't use her coupon.
I'm not surprised.
I don't use the coupon all the time. Eric's gonna get mad because they're gonna hear all these noises.
Okay.
So anyway, so yeah, birthday, cousin, my oils, and so let me ask y'all this. What did y'all do when y'all found out that your sons had a crush or there was a special someone in their life?
Sister, your son is older, so I'll let you go first.
Well, I had to talk with him.
Like, how old was he when you had it?
Well, when I first found out he had a crush on this girl.
Is it the girl he's with now?
No.
Okay.
I would say he was about 15. 15. And he kind of got in trouble because he kind of got busted. I'd seen some messages on his phone, and I'm very strict. I think I became more lenient throughout the years. But since with the other ones, but now that, he was the oldest, so yeah, I was very more strict with him. So yeah, I would, look, I'm going to, see your messages. And one night he was up, and so it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Actually, my husband woke up and he goes, Christian's in the other room.
He was just getting home.
Texting. Really, he was probably just getting home from bingo.
Go ahead.
So the next day, so I walk in and I go, Christian, what are you doing? And he's texting with this girl. And I'm like, okay, well, what are y'all texting about this late? So I said, you want to share those? And so I did. I grabbed the phone and read some of the text messages. And those weren't very nice gentleman text messages or very ladylike.
But that has to be so embarrassing.
I don't think I could.
Well, I grabbed I hated to, invading his privacy, but we had to have a talk and had to lay it down to him. Girls aren't supposed to
suck things and
talk.
So maybe provocative, so young and so
there's so much freedom on a phone and internet that it's become the norm.
See, he knows his values
good.
And his morals. What we taught him, and the body.
But that
and all.
didn't stop him.
No, he's very respectful. My son is very respectful, hardworking. Now, he, what happened. I mean, it's only natural. I mean,
so you were more mad, or
I was angry because that's not what we taught him.
So you were disappointed.
You were
disappointed.
You were more angry at the fact that he was saying those things.
Yeah, saying those things that he knew better not to.
Right.
He's been,
because we all know that over the phone and through text messages, we're totally different people.
Oh yeah, that's
if he would have been with that person, he probably would have been saying those things.
Very shy. So
I think that has a lot.
So we had to talk, and he was okay with it. He apologized, and I made him apologize to the girl too. So
good.
Yeah, he did. He apologized, and then they broke up, and he never talked to her no more. So that ended the story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't go, any farther from there.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Josh, who
I have
is
Josh,
14,
and I'm very
13,
and
headed
I
down that.
monitor that phone too, and who you're talking to, and let's talk about birds and bees now. And he knows, and he thinks he can teach me, but
You've been there and done that.
Been there, done that. He's seen his brother.
Not your first rodeo.
Yes, it's not my first rodeo. I have my oldest son, so we had that talk before. So
that was a rodeo. You had him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a rodeo. That's why he's here.
Got a lot of miles on you, girl.
No, just 23 years of marriage.
I'm right behind you. I have 20.
Oh wow.
Oh, I only have 14.
Yeah, but you were with him since you were like 14.
That is true.
Well, I can't say that. Then.
Well, yeah. Andrea's got me beat either. No
Yeah,
matter
I
how
got
you
her
look
beat.
at it.
True love.
Yeah.
Only love.
So when Elijah was 14, because that's your oldest son.
Mm-hmm. Who's 19? Will
Who's
be 20 in
19,
August.
yeah.
Oh wow.
My pride and joy.
Yeah, and I think we've sheltered our kids so much, and I've talked to Eric about this before, is that, not that to say we went through horrible things, because everybody has whatever
Their
they
story.
go through as their childhood. Yeah.
Families.
Yes, everybody has a dysfunctional family. If you don't, it means you're dysfunctional by yourself and something's wrong.
Right. You're in denial.
Yeah.
So, but Elijah just now recently brought his girlfriend in
To the family.
To the family,
And he still has not technically brought her out to the family because he doesn't want her to be exposed to
the
certain things
dysfunctionality of the family
until he I don't know. But I know that he will not bring her to my house because the fear of him being embarrassed. And I'll try to explain to him that, no family's perfect. Ours is a little weird. And I'm not talking about our family like that. I'm talking about my immediate family at home.
Yeah.
But he's coming around. Like, he's telling me more that, him and her have so many things in common.
Well, that's good.
And, he can relate to her in certain ways. And, I always tell him that, he has to respect her no matter what. If, whatever she, decides as far as if she wants to be with him or not, if she ever
decides
not to, then, fine. Don't freak out. Respect her.
But she's 19. They're both like 19.
She's 20. She just turned 20.
Oh.
Yeah, she robbed the cradle.
Yeah, the cradle.
And I don't appreciate that.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because yesterday I was picking up my little mijo from school.
He's 22, y'all, by the way.
Yes, and he still sleeps with her.
No, he doesn't. He's 13. He's the same age as Joshua. He does look older.
I love him.
And so I'm waiting in the car. Joshua gets in first, and I see, from a distance, about 5 minutes later, here comes Luis walking. And I don't know why, but the way he was walking, something was different.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like this paleta stick, the little...
Like a sucker stick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out his mouth off to the side. And I'm like, look at this dude here.
Yeah.
What is he talking? Yeah. He looked like he had a little cigarette hanging out.
Well, yes.
Who's he trying to impress?
Well, as he gets closer, I notice this girl is walking, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's probably not walking with my son.
Right,
That don't
surely
happen.
not.
Yeah, and then
He's still a baby.
yeah, and he's got this little stick in his mouth, and I could have sworn I saw her say something, and then like his face was just like straight, like
Blank?
you didn't even see his lips moving. But I could only imagine he was saying, "Not now, that's my mom."
He's a ventriloquist.
And so,
Like Eric's mom.
Aunt Becky.
We love you, Aunt Becky.
So this girl gets this smile on her face, and it's almost like she was walking towards Luis, and that whatever he told her, she gets this smile on her face, and she starts walking separate, like away. And so I didn't say anything. I mean, I asked Joshua. I was like, Joshua, who's that girl? Joshua was like, I don't know. Like, he really didn't know. I feel like he didn't. So we dropped Joshua off at home, and Luis and I are in the car, and I was like, hey, who's that girl? What girl? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, denial.
I know.
A little
First sign.
offensive.
Yeah.
First sign of denial.
I was like,
The one I'll be
girl.
texting at 3 a.m. when you're asleep.
See, and I feel bad going in there like trying to get his phone because I feel like they need their privacy.
Yeah, they need
their
privacy, but you need to talk.
I mean, I do talk to him, but he denied it. But then he laughed, and we kind of joked about it. And he was like, he didn't know who she was. He didn't know her name. And then I'm, messing around, keep asking him questions. And he says, she walks home. I'm like, wait, this girl walks home, but you don't know her name? So I told him not to worry. I was going to have a family meeting with Isabel, Priscilla, and his dad.
Oh my God.
FBI investigation going on.
We're going to start the investigation process. And so Isabel gets home, and we're talking, and he's laughing, and he's like, Isabel's like, oh, she's like, Mom's sad because she thought you were the only one. She's the only one in your heart. Isn't that sad?
Well, let me tell you the story when I
No.
found out my child was dating. He asked me to go to Houston with his girlfriend, and I said, but at the time, at that point in time, they weren't dating. It was just a friendship thing. So I said, well, son, I do not feel comfortable you going to Houston with a girl that's just your friend. He's like, really, Ma? She's not just my friend.
What'd you do?
She's my girlfriend. And I maybe exaggerated a tiny bit, but I threw myself on the bed. Literally was like acting like I was crying, but I could still see him.
Uh-huh.
And he's like leaning up against my door with his hands crossed, and he's shaking his head, and I could see him. And he goes like, Ma, what's wrong? Why are you so upset? And I said, because I'm not the only one that you love. I'm not the only woman that you love
That's
anymore.
so sad. It makes me want to cry.
How do you think I felt
And-
the news?
And he just shook his head, and I was joking, but he probably thought I was dead serious. And it did. Once I saw his reaction without him knowing that I was just joking, I did get kind of like teary-eyed, and I mean,
Like right
but
now?
what can he do? No, I'm drinking.
Yeah, no. What can
what can he do?
It's a part of life. They're going.
It's a part of life.
You got to let them grow up.
Now I'm just wondering when they're going to move out together.
Well, don't pressure him. Just,
I'm not. Oh
just-
God, no. I told him he
Yeah.
has to.
Give it
I
time.
called him from work the other day. And I said, he answered the phone, and because I can't take personal calls at work or make them, I called him and I said, hi. I said, I'm returning your call. This is, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any questions? And he starts laughing, and he goes, yeah, I was just telling you I went to take my test. It was easy, da-da-da. I said, oh, okay. Well, was there anything else I could help you with today? He goes, yeah, I want to ask about how do I get a marriage license. I said, okay, well, it's $82 cash, $84.50 with a credit or debit card. I said, but there's you have to be at least 25 years old before you can get married.
Is that really a law thing?
No.
You have to be- oh, that was
was
yours.
your law.
You have to be, that was mine.
Oh, okay.
But you have to be 18. So he started laughing. He was like, I'm joking. I said, okay,
Sure.
have a good day. And when we hung up, I literally pictured him walking in there to get a marriage license. And I got
no.
so emotional. Oh, it was horrible.
That is so sad.
wow.
Golly, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing. I've had to hit them all in mine, so
And
all
Christian's
you
married.
can do is love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all you can do is just love them and give them the support they need. And I mean, you tell them
Encourage
what's right and wrong. And, if things happen, and you just learn to keep swimming and move forward.
There you go.
That's all you can do. And you love
Well, I mean, you say swimming just made me think of sperm, and they just need to learn to
them. Use protection.
cover it up.
And we had that discussion.
But
we
did he
had
listen?
that discussion over and over. I
But
mean,
did he listen? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I think
Apparently
about. I
not.
look at it
Adrian's
like this.
here, and I love my
know.
grandbaby.
I look at it like this.
Both of them.
I look at it like this. You're married.
Mm-hmm.
You've been married to the same man.
23
23 years.
Not one single fight.
Okay.
But I'm
But the
Man.
point is that y'all have 4 kids,
4, yes, 2 boys, 2 girls.
and you've been married to the same man.
Yeah, we've been married 20. This year makes 20 years.
My point is that we all entered into our marriages very, very young, and we're still. I mean, as many ups and downs or psycho times that we have. Who's to say? I hear people say all the time, "Oh, you're too young to get married. You're too young to have kids."
Yeah,
But
I think it has to do a lot with the maturity level.
I think
The
we
maturity
go.
level, and how bad do you want it to work?
yeah,
If you don't want it to work, but then I have come to realize that if you're only putting your 50 in and your other significant isn't, then yeah, it's not going to work. And if you both don't have the same dreams, you might as well just call it quits. I just look at it that way. If you don't have the same dreams and you don't have that communication, and you both don't put that 50-50, I mean, because I find myself putting sometimes the whole 100.
Well, you have to put 100.
But
he also has to put 100.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. He has to put that 100 too. But I mean,
I don't know who came up with that 50-50 shit. 'Cause
it don't work. I mean, it's like 20%,
If you're only putting
maybe.
half of what you can.
Yeah, but it
never
should be
gonna-
100%. But you know what I mean. Half of that 100,
Yeah.
but
It's 50.
It's 50. But yeah, it's just
Carry the 2, multiply it by 4,
yeah.
divided by 7. But anyway,
Yeah.
so what else is on
It's a
your list,
struggle.
sister?
No, it is a struggle. I think we conform to our situations, and I think that's why we are in pushing 20 years or over 20 years of marriage. And the maturity, we conform.
Is it because we have that mentality of quitting is not an option, or we're so far into it, we might as well keep going?
I don't know. I think
I don't know.
you think back, like I always say, and I don't know, y'all probably say the same thing. If I would have known what I know now,
Oh yeah,
back then,
definitely. I mean, if there's a
wouldn't have-
time machine out there, come on, just throw it at me. I'll definitely
You ain't
be your
lying.
guinea pig, to jump in that thing. But
What is that called? A flux capacitor?
The flux capacitor. Oh, and Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
need to.
We need a dark brown,
yes,
and we need a what kind of a DeLorean? Is that the car?
I don't know.
A DeLorean.
I'm not good with names
And we need some
or technology or anything.
plutonium.
I think that's illegal, isn't it?
I think they just did that in the movie.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll go
speaking
back
of-
first. since I
No,
was the
no,
first one to
no,
get
no,
married.
no, 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 no. Hell
I was
no.
the first.
Well, I'm gonna need you to do me a few favors when you get back.
Pull me out when you see me doing that.
Just
Just stop.
slap me, punch me, kick me.
I tried to, not. But yeah, I mean, you learn by your mistakes. But
Some
I mean,
of us don't.
Well, wow.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you know-
Some of us don't. You keep going back for more and more with
yeah,
it.
and
Okay.
Luis is like, my husband Luis. He thinks it's all cute. Oh,
Big Luis?
yes, he wants him to have a girl or whatever, and I'm thinking,
He wants him to have a girl.
Little Louise.
Oh, he wants little Luis to have
Yeah.
a girl. All in good timing.
Yeah.
Well, so I told him, I was like, yeah, how do you think he would react, or if he is put in a situation where he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and he's 15,
And he comes knocking on your door, both him and the girlfriend.
or
say,
the girl
"Mom,
and the parents come knocking
Dad.
on our door, and we don't even know who the hell she is, talking about,
I'm pregnant.
hey, I said, are you going to have this
Yeah.
little girl over here, and what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
And
What
he's
does
like,
he
he's
say?
like, no, si está cabrón.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, you
Yeah.
just. That's it. I mean,
I just wanted Elijah to finish high school. And,
finish high school.
that was in the back of my mind.
That was the goal.
That was
in
a goal.
my mind. And then I told somebody that one time. I don't remember who. I think it was Cleo. I said, I just want him to finish high school. And he was like, because you didn't? Or because you want him to? He said, because even though you didn't, you still came,
Out.
you're better off than what some people are that
Yeah,
don't
who
finish.
didn't.
or that do finish. if you
That
think
do
about
finish.
it.
And he was like, is that your goal or is that his goal? And it kind of made me think, well, dang, maybe I'm being a little selfish.
Yeah, I could see, because I kind of think about that too with Brianna. She has her Geo, my second grandson, and I feel that sometimes maybe I pressure her too much. You better finish school. You got to finish school. You got to
Right.
finish school.
Because-
But I mean, and I think, and Alvaro, my husband, would tell me also, was that what you want? But no, he wants the same thing. I don't know if I'm being feminist by telling her this. You want a career, you want to work. Don't rely on a man. I'm sorry. That's just
Okay,
my point.
but
Maybe,
when you say that,
I mean,
you have when a woman says that, and this lady pointed this out to me one time because I always
a ver,
said
dime.
my mom always pushes to work hard no matter what
Yeah.
cost, what we had to do to not depend on a man.
Yeah.
The woman stopped me and she said, that's wrong. She said, God made you from man so that you could depend on a man
Yeah, but
to a certain extent.
to a certain extent,
But do not doom your relationship
oh no, definitely not.
by saying,
But
I am successful in this.
More
I
than
don't
you.
need you. Because if
Yeah.
you have that in the back of your mind, your relationship's
okay, so let's
Not
put
gonna work.
vice versa. man works, woman's home. And you have that man constantly maybe throwing remarks or things to you saying, well, I work, I do all the load, I'll pay the bills, I do this. I think I would rather just go to work than having to hear that.
No, that's where that 100% comes in.
Well, exactly. So I'm
You
saying
don't do 50,
maybe
50,
that's why I'm just,
that's your job. You're supposed to do 100% of this house.
Yeah, don't make me pull the Bible out, right? Because the verse is where the spouse is supposed to provide for your family.
Right.
And don't make me pull it out.
Right.
So that's where I just get that from, telling my daughter, you know what, just study, get your education, don't have to depend. You don't want to have to hear someone. Just in case, have a plan B, baby. Have a plan B.
Just in case he makes you mad, you're going to up and leave and you don't have to worry about shit.
Yeah. Just get the hell out of there. Run as fast as you can.
Right.
It's not even that. It's like if something happens.
If something happens, that's what I'm saying. If something happens, but I don't want her to be so dependent of him. I want her to be able to.
Well, she needs to feel herself. She needs to feel accomplishments. She needs to know that she's able and willing. I mean, how many times I've worked with so many women or with the general public, and they are at home, they're housewives, or they, just they homeschool their kids, or they do this or they do that, but they have like college degrees. They could do something if they needed to, but their choice for that time is to be at home. And that's a backup plan. So even if she goes to school, it's not just so if something happens or she don't have to depend on him, it's for herself.
Herself.
That's why I'm getting my education now.
Exactly. So when you graduate and when you're 62 and you're walking across that stage, he better be careful.
Yeah, watch out. We don't need your Social Security check, okay? She's finishing up school at 62.
Grandmother of 23, graduated. What's your advice?
Grandmother and grandchild graduate college at the same time.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so yeah.
I'm perspirating.
Me too. I don't know if it's because we're all sitting so close together or because we're...
it's the Stella Rose.
The wine, but
it's the Stella Rosa.
Yeah, and we're out of wine, so that kind of makes it.
What time is it?
It's 2:01. We've been doing this for about 35 minutes, so I think we can throw in another. Okay.
Change the subject.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what you want to talk about now?
So I called. I love people.
Certain ones.
Certain ones, yeah.
More than others.
No, it's just I hate to use the word hate, but I really don't like calling these 800 numbers to get stuff done.
I hate calling 900 numbers.
What's the 900 numbers? 911.
Slick Willie.
Oh, wow.
Action.
I didn't know that number.
I'm kidding. I don't call 900.
I don't even think
they
have 900 numbers either anymore.
Yeah, because he's dead.
You used to.
I know, right?
So they're referring to my
Corey Haim.
Corey Phil.
When I was younger.
It was Corey Haim.
Was it? Oh.
It was one of the Corys.
It was Corey Haim, licensed to drive guy.
Yeah.
Well, they were both in there, but he was the
main
drive. Yeah.
Yeah. So how old was I?
Like 9, 8.
And they would advertise, like, call these, movie stars and
for a date.
Not for a date. I was 9. You're sick. Just to talk to them. All I want to do is
your rocks.
Talk to them.
She just needed somebody to talk to.
I didn't know what it was, and so I called, and I never got to talk to him.
But did we? Okay, we talk about all this, but did anybody ever see the bill?
Yes, Ma supposedly.
Exactly.
Ma supposedly. But how would she find out
this fictitious bill?
She knew. Okay, first of all,
she worked at the damn phone company.
Not then.
She probably had it bugged or something.
I remember the day she came in.
She was
P.O.
pissed.
She had those big old thick glasses, dark, with the long
blue
skirt on, flower skirt on, with the blouse tucked under her boobs.
I don't remember that.
And these big thick bottle glasses.
I think you're thinking of a picture of her.
Well, I remember that picture. That's the only picture.
She always wore floral print.
Yeah, she had a floral pattern print and probably a blazer on. Yeah, with those bottle pit glasses.
And did she
came
come in with
and
like a
goes,
new shirt or something on a hanger? She threw it across the bed and
Well,
said,
she had a belt in her
go get
hand.
your sisters.
Tell her to come. Tell them to come here now. Get their asses in here now.
Right.
Yeah.
Then she
I'm
got
gonna
a belt.
ask y'all who
I'm
called.
gonna ask you. She didn't.
If one of y'all don't fess up, everybody's getting a whipping. And I'm sitting here thinking,
What are you talking
Corey
about?
Haim.
I know. And I'm like, it wasn't me.
Andrea was cooking and cleaning all day
I
long.
was cooking and cleaning.
She,
Washing and ironing clothes and slaving over there.
yeah,
But I mean, I don't remember.
Phoebe was too busy making out with her dolls.
Oh, God.
And what were you doing in the bathroom with Julie?
Probably eating.
Kool-Aid, the sandwich.
Gross.
So, of course, I had to own up.
Yeah.
Like a real woman.
And then once I realized Lourdes had done it, she was like, okay, all right. We'll let this go this one time.
Didn't I get a whipping?
I don't think
you got
so.
I got a
She got an ass
whipping.
bust.
I don't
whipped
remember
me.
that. Ma
Yeah.
hit you?
She's hit me a lot.
When? Did you get beat?
No, I don't think so.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I think she still needs to go to the doctor to talk about it.
That's what the podcast is for.
Oh, to be stressful. Come on.
Anyways, I got a whipping for calling Corey Haim, and I never really talked to him. I don't know how much the bill was.
I think it was like $400, but I think she
Payment
Called-
arrangement girl or something.
So, like, I guess the minute started as soon as you
dialed the number.
dialed a number, and it started ringing because I never really got to talk to anybody. I mean,
don't
did
know. I
that
never
really go
tried-
to his house? Y'all think?
No.
You think it was going to pick
It was
you up in his
it was a
car?
recording.
How do you know?
How do you know? Maybe
Because-
How do you know? I bet you did it too.
No,
You blamed
I
it all
did
on me.
not. I've never dialed 1-800 numbers or 900 numbers.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
your Corey Haim date. You were
You being a beaten growing up.
I was not. That's not what we're talking about.
Oh, wrong sister, my bad.
Oh, calling these 800 numbers. So I guess maybe that's what put a damper on it. Was me getting in trouble. But I called to Luis has psoriasis, and so his medication, I had to reorder it, and it was a new injection. We have to give him an injection,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was getting all that taken care of, and I had to end up getting transferred to another lady, so that took about 20 minutes. And so she asked me for his date of birth.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she couldn't spell Luis. Okay, so I was like,
And what part of the world were you calling?
I want to say New Jersey.
Oh, that explains a lot.
So, not that we have anything against New Jerseyans.
No, we do not.
We love everybody.
Everywhere.
So, anyway, so she couldn't spell his name. She couldn't pronounce his name. And so she kept referring to him as a her. And so when I finally said his name is Luis and I spelt it, and she asked for his date of birth. And so I give her the day and the month. And I say, month, day, 77. And she says something. I'm like, excuse me? She's like, 1977?
No.
I was like, no, she didn't have an accent. I was like, well, let's stop and, sorry, Andrea. I was like, let's think about this. We either have 1977, we have 1877, or we have 2077.
So, which is it?
I was like, 1977. Okay. I don't know. I was like,
That would have never happened if you were calling Texas. Just saying. I'm kidding. You stupid.
So anyway, I was like, that, what the hell? 1977.
Right.
So then I get through her. She transfers me to the guy that's actually going to push the order out, because that's what they referred to it as. And he gets on the phone, and I swear, I think he's like from Jersey Shore, or maybe he's like gonna rap, because he's like, yo, 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 yo. And I'm like,
Are you sure it wasn't Mike the Situation?
I don't know who that is.
Jersey Shore?
So I'm like ready to
Is he
just
rapping your order?
Basically, that's what it sounded like.
And your address is.
So he says, "Are you Mrs. Louise Torres?"
So
And I said, "Yes, because I am."
Yo, I am.
So he keeps asking these questions, and I notice as he's asking the questions, he's referring to you. He's like, "So you have this, and you need this," and I'm like, "Yes." So later, like almost halfway, once the calls basically were wrapping up, he's like, "Wait, are you Maria Torres?" I said, "Yes." Wait. I asked you if you were Louise Torres, and you said yes. I said, "No, you asked me if I was Mrs. Louise Torres," and I said yes. I've never heard of Louise, that name before, being a man's name.
Well, that's because you live in the northern East Coast, where apparently there are no
Luis is there.
Luises. I mean, we live in Mexico's front yard. So I don't understand.
I felt
why is it even an issue?
He even proceeded to tell me that his grandma and his daughter or cousin's name is both Lindsay, but he's never heard of a Louise as a man's name, just as a woman. I said, well, I think it's the spelling.
L-U-I-S.
I said, I also
Louis.
think
It's hard about Louis.
Okay.
Not
There's
that
no
way.
Woman's name.
No.
There's a Louisa.
He kept, that's what I said. I said, well.
His mom's name is Louisa.
I was like, in the Hispanic culture.
I would have been pissed if I had to explain.
Yeah,
I would have just been like, dude, are you finished? So we can go?
I was like, I don't really know how to take this, but okay. He's like, like, I hope I don't get in trouble, but I guess I can swing both ways. He was saying his choice of words were like you said, he was he was like rapping my order.
Yeah, but
he probably needs to go through training, customer service.
Probably. And also the 1977 thing. I mean, you give someone your birthday, you can be like 0101
80.
the last two digits.
You know?
Right. Common sense.
But she didn't either. She was like,
would tell you that it's 1980.
No, what would she have done if I would have said 1877?
Or what if you would have been like, his date of birth is, 2/12/17. 2017 or 1917? That would make sense.
Oh, anyway, people. So that's pretty much what So how did y'all like being on the show?
It was great.
I think it's exciting. I've actually been on the show before, but it never aired.
Yeah, and I have to also add, like, if this is not a good show for Eric, he said we probably won't use it.
Oh.
So.
Well, I'm glad I at least got to drink a glass of wine.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
I think we
wasted.
need to go get more wine, too.
Yes, I think it's time.
I want to thank y'all for being on our little podcast. This is probably one of the shortest episodes we've had, but I know Cuz isn't here because he, is in the process of moving, so he didn't pay his internet bill. I mean, he doesn't have internet at his house right now, but he'll have it soon.
Yeah. Call me, Cuz, if you need him alone.
I can wire you some money.
Or just give me your account number. We'll pay it.
We'll split it 3 ways. I really can't until payday.
3 ways.
Which is like
gross.
You're sick. Yeah, because I can't wire anything right now because payday doesn't come up until next week. Anyway, so I think we're done. Do y'all want to add anything? Have anything to say?
No,
shout out to any family members or
shout out to Elijah. I know he's going to listen to this if Eric uses it. I love you, son. Wrap it up. Stay straight. And that's all I got.
I don't have nothing
Sister,
to say.
anything?
No, nothing. Just bye, family. Love y'all too. Wrap them up too. Don't need no more grandkids. I love the ones I got.
Yeah, I don't need right now. I feel like kids are gifts from God, so I'm a strong believer in that. Yeah. They are a result of our decisions. I wouldn't call it a consequence.
Why did you just point to me when you said that?
I don't know. Just in case.
No, forget that. I'm offended. No, I'm kidding. They are a result of our decisions.
Wasn't Mom the Pill? Okay, let's just do a different whole show there.
I don't know why I did that. Maybe it's the
Okay.
one. Oh wait, my mom's here, so we gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Anyway, thank y'all. I hope this.
Thank you for having us, sister.
You're welcome. And one day I'm gonna have a better studio,
Yes.
so you don't see my bed or the light or anything
Action
else.
room. The cross hanging over it.
The playground.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.